You know, we see all this today about like females having to use like male energy today because there's been a lot of males that have just not stepped to the plate, right? And so what's happening is a lot of females in the natural are using this energy, so they become so exhausted and tired that like spiritually they just don't have any you know, conscience or any desire to tap into something with God, because it's like I'm putting all of my eggs in one basket, doing all the work, doing everything, because where is the man? Where is the man stepping up and helping? So talk about some of that, the broken hearted females that maybe spiritually they're feeling defeated because in the natural it's looked so hard, or they're doing all this work, you know, because I'm not saying, you know, one gender's right or one gender's wrong. I think there's problems and solutions on both sides, right? But what I'm saying is there has been a lot of this where females are having to put out this male energy stuff because, Anthony, you know what I'm saying. Where's the father figure been?
Right.
You know?
That's true.
And so, you know, talk about that, because with all of these natural things means the spiritual stuff can also be under attack. And I think the devil is using these natural things to get in the minds, in the hearts, in the spirits of females.
Yeah. So you see, you know, in the book of Judges where, you know, Deborah says, I, Deborah, arose because there was not a man. You know, and God, you know, God anointed us individually to do it, you know, to do and function in particular roles. And that doesn't mean that the female role is less than, but there is a leadership role on the male that is so important. And, you know, I tell my husband all the time, I said, you know, everybody will emphasize the role of a mother, and you know, a mother's important. Like we hug our kids, we cuddle our kids, but you know, there is something about the affirmation of a father that goes beyond anything a mother can bring to their children, and so it's been a problem. And see, really, the devil he's gone after the nuclear family.
Yeah.
And tried to divide that and split that, and so then, you know, and it's not saying that, you know, that women can't work outside the home or they have to be stay-at-home moms. But what we are saying is we do need both a mom and dad in the home for a home to function correctly. We need the dads to be, you know, spiritual leaders. You know, sometimes the problem is we have a lot of women that are leading the charge in their homes spiritually. And so then it ends up backwards. And so, you know, we as women function better when the husband is leading the home. The home functions better. Your kids function better when it's not just mom driving the prayer, driving the, you know, the going to church. And so not only are we dealing with that, but, you know, sometimes I've always felt that the lack of fathership in the home, the lack of that authority has brought us, has really brought, I think, to critical mass some of the gender dysphoria that we're seeing in the United States
100%.
today.
100%. That's 100% accurate, you know, because in the Bible, in Genesis, it started with Adam. He was the tone setter, so to speak, and not only keeping the garden, but also keeping the order that God had given him, the instruction of how to have it multiply, how to have it prosper and grow. He named the things. There was a certain type of a governmental establishment in the home, and it started with the man, and then you see Eve come, and she then begins to function what she's supposed to operate in. And obviously, like you mentioned, Pastor Chrissy, a lot of that dysfunction that we see today is the result of what Adam didn't do in the garden, which was, we all know that Eve took the fruit, but Adam was there.
Right.
Why did he stand by and allow his mate to take the fall? Why not be the person to stand up and say, oh, no, we're going to pray today, or, oh, no, we're not going to allow this to enter into our home, which then, you know, wrecks everything. And as you mentioned, you know, now there is no Adam in most of these homes. 70% of your homes have no man at all. So it's the woman having to fulfill the male and female role.